Me that host.
Oh, now we're recorded.
Who's the actual host? I'll have to be granted. Yeah.
Justin, you have to do that.
Okay. Looks like I can share now. Right. Good. Everyone see my screen okay here?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. So yeah, I'll move around. I'll start with the site. We've made significant progress on Route 114 with the water lines. Both taps for domestic and fire protection have been made, and asphalt patches have been done. So we've also moved on to the mast arm footing. The prep for the footing is in and just waiting on Mass Bay Torenzo's subcontractor to mobilize for that scope of work. On the actual site, the septic systems made progress. The multi-layers of stone and piping are down and have been recently tested. Week or two ago, I think it was a week ago. And LEI, our landscape contractor, has been back planting trees around town hall and spreading loam, and recently hydroseeded the back of town hall and the south side of town hall. Moving into the building, into public safety, we have on the second floor begun prime painting and first coat. So there's some color on the walls. We're downstairs getting ready to prime paint, and MEP roughs are about finished up. We're focusing in the detention area and the apparatus bay now with MEPs. I probably on the exterior didn't touch on, but PVC, all the PVC and window trim is substantially complete along with the windows. Up at Town Hall, the mason has made good progress. We're substantially complete with the masonry veneer and the precast. Inside the building, drywall and taped. We haven't started prime painting, but the painter's headed up there next week. Same thing, finishing up with MEP roughs as well. Door frames are in, and it's about it. So a lot of progress over the last month. Any questions?
No, that's good.
All right. Contingency wise, we're in good shape. We still have a healthy balance, almost 1.8 million remaining in CM contingency. We've recently utilized 172,000, and for this draw, I think Brian, you're presenting change order 7 today.
Yep.
14,000 in contingency. Same with allowances, just over 2 million remaining. We've used almost 500,000, and we have some allowances to apply in change order 7 today, about 2,700. So those are in good shape. And like I mentioned, change order 7, Brian will present today for 263,188. Any questions on that?
Nothing, folks. Any questions?
All right.
All right. Brian, floor is yours.
Share. Let's see. I'll share the screen. Okay. Hopefully you can see
Yep, we got you.
PowerPoint.
We
Okay,
got you.
great. Thank you. All right. Just before the meeting, moments before I was able to get this monthly report out. I apologize, a little later than I normally like to be. So you'll be receiving another one from me shortly that will cover the month of June, since we're now at the end. But this report is for the month of May, has an executive summary with some photos. It has a schedule update and so forth. Just as Matt said before, I use his original schedule and track it to the original, just so you can see where we stand from the original. Everything is looking really good, and even a little bit ahead of schedule on the interior finishes with the painting work. So that's great.
Awesome.
Then I like to show a little comparison here. This was the last uh, building committee meeting. I presented this photo, and you can see Town Hall is very little brick on the front, and the septic systems are going. And here we are. This was a picture from the today from the webcam. You can see they're bringing up the grade of the town green. So a lot of fill has been brought in, and the mason is pretty much finished with the exterior of town hall. It's looking really good.
Cool.
Then, the activities that Matt was talking about, the Route 114 work is, pretty much out of the road for now, and they'll be working on Mast Arm. In the back at the town hall, things are really looking finished with all the hydro seeding and planting and fencing are all in now. And then behind the apparatus bay, they're bringing the grade up ready for binder, which is going to happen in about 2 weeks, or not even. I think it might even be next week. So that picture there is showing them getting all the utilities and the top right there. So they're really moving along. And then so the exterior of public safety, it's really just some siding work and a little bit of trim. Other than that, it's pretty much complete.
Good.
Then on the interior, the elevator is they're just about complete with the installation of that. They're going to be moving over to town hall. Electrical equipment, pulling of wires is well underway. Um, they're doing a really good job. Here's the left picture is the training room at public safety in the first floor, the large main meeting room. You can see all the utilities are overhead. Progress in that room has really gone well. Now we even have the low voltage wiring going on in the building, and just miles of cabling that are being installed in the building. So it's really good to see that amount of progress. And then Town Hall, this is a picture that was taken yesterday. You can see it's pretty much finished. It looks amazing. They've done a really nice job. There's not a whole lot left to finish. And then from the back of Town Hall, you can see the hydro seeding and the landscaping is installed and trees in the parking lot. So, it's as things start to establish and take hold, it's really going to look great. Uh, on the interior of Town Hall, it's as Matt has said, it's the drywall work is pretty far along now. They're just doing sort of special spaces, soffits and things like that. Other than that, they're pretty much ready for paint in some areas. Website, we owe you an update. So Casey is going to work on that tomorrow. So you'll see probably a blog post and some new photos posted up. Um, Project budget, we haven't had much in the way of changes, pretty minor. Everything is tracked according to our cash flows, so all of our expenses are as expected. We have had one budget transfer this month, and it has to do with the construction materials testing. We are originally, when we set the budget, it was just for rebar, concrete, your typical construction materials. But we have actually retained UTS to also do window testing for us as well, an exterior envelope. So we have exceeded the original targeted budget, but it's because we're asking them to do more services than we were had originally budgeted for that particular line item. So $4,008 was moved into that line item from contingency. So that's that. Actually, here's the slide that shows the transfer move. That's in the monthly report, so that's been tracked, so you can see that. Cash flow, like I said, as expected, we were, pretty close. It was 3.8 this month. We tracked about 4.2. So all in all, things are sort of, what we were sort of thinking for this time of the point of the project. We don't have any additional services requests for you this period, but we do know in the OAC meetings that we've been talking about, we might want to add a few additional site visits for our landscape architect. So we're working on that right now. We had the landscape architect out when we were placing trees along the Brigadoon neighborhood. We wanted to make sure that any of the view angles between the properties were being addressed. So that used up one of 2 site visits. It's a big site, and I think 2 visits might not be enough. And it's kind of an important thing. So we'll get clarity on that, and next meeting we'll come to you if we're going to add some visits. PCOs, this is just PCOs that have not been resolved. This list here, we have in white anything that is something that we're tracking that we know could yield cost, but so far we don't have any placeholder yet for a value. So some of these might go away. Some of them might be an allowance draw or a contingency. The ones in yellow have been presented to us and are being reviewed. Some of them are with our design team, or in some cases, we push back to W.T. Rich to get us some additional information. So, we're working through, quite a few PCOs, but you'll see in our change order the ones that we have resolved in the last month since we met last. So I won't really get into any of them too much. Like for example, 49, the pantry hot water heater. Justin has asked us to take another look at this one and see if there's a better, less expensive way. And we have together worked through quite a few different iterations, and I think we landed on a really good solution. So right now that's being drawn up by the design team, and then we'll have to be priced. So our expectation is this placeholder we have of 24,000 should reduce. And then this exterior cladding, we had a price of 30,000. We were able to make a tweak, or actually there was some steel work that wasn't necessary. So I think this one somewhere in the mid $20,000 range. So some of these are still being worked on. So we're working on that right now. And then this grease interceptor one here is another one that Justin has asked us to take a harder look at whether it was necessary or not. And I think we're going to delete the grease interceptor at the public safety, and we're just working on repricing this now. So we'll have that probably next month.
Beautiful.
And then in the ones in purple in this next page are ones that we felt were better to proceed on time and materials basis rather than a formal proposal. We get better pricing sometimes for smaller scopes of work. So our on-site rep, Alex, has been tracking these. He observes the work during the day, signs off the slips along with W.T. Rich's superintendent as well. So once these costs are complete and the slips are tallied, then we'll submit these costs. So these are the ones that are in progress that we're working on, and I'll present to you the ones that we finalized in the last month in just a moment.
Great.
All right, construction requisition for payment number 12. I did notice that our last presentation to you, you did sign off on 11. That's why I don't have it here. So this is the latest requisition. It was just, finalized last week and submitted for payment. It is $3,661,942. And we're looking for an approval from the building committee for this requisition.
Anybody want to make a motion or got questions for Brian?
Did you stop? You stopped sharing?
Did I?
Nope, I got it.
No.
I'm seeing it.
Weird. Weird. Aha, it's back. Thank you.
Thought I could help.
You did. I don't think you did anything. It's amazing.
I didn't. So we need a motion for this.
I move to approve construction requisite Rec 12 for a total of $3,661,942.
Can I get a
Second
second?
that.
All right, second from Paul. We have to do a roll call vote. Bill Renault, yes. Kyle,
Smith, yes.
yes. Paul Armitage,
Yes.
and Frank Twist.
Yes.
All right,
Great.
motion
Thank you.
moved and passed. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Anything else, Brian, for you?
Yes, I do. I have change order number 7 on the screen now.
Okay.
So this change order is for 263,188, and I'll go through the detail for you in my next slide. So I've highlighted in yellow anything on this change order that are actually increases to the construction contract. So we have PCO 42, 42A. There is actually a 42 that is also being worked on. This is in order at the time the vault was being cast in concrete, we were still working through some of the coordination of the mechanical, electrical, plumbing, fire protection, penetrations, and how they were going to come into the vault. So rather than make holes in the vault that were either in the wrong position or too small or too big, the decision was made to go ahead and form the wall entirely, but we did have areas where we designated had the rebar move away, so we had spaces where we knew we could core through the wall or saw cut through the wall to make our duct connections and our piping and so forth. But it just, from a coordination standpoint, made a lot more sense to get it right once the information was locked in and confirmed. So this is something that we agreed with WT Rich. So this was 4,477 for for basically the saw cutting at the vault, and so that's PCO 42A. 56, the mezzanine stair risers. This one originally started almost $20,000, and it'd been kicking around for a while, a lot of conversations. We actually rejected the PCO to Quinn, which was our Miss Metals company, and as part of the contract, they do get a chance to come and sort of get together to sort of mediate, these change orders. So in the end, we had three that were being discussed sort of in the same conversation. So while we disagreed with the merits for this, we did overall cancel one out to 0. We accepted one, and then we did accept a much lower value on this one. So this was worked out with the design team and WT Rich with the file subbid trade. So we do think this is a fair number, especially where it began almost $20,000. So we did accept that. PCO 78, this is a coordination item with the town hall, the open stair, and there's work between multiple trades, and the division of work wasn't perfectly clear, and so some of the trades didn't quite have all of the scope. So this ended up being a change. But this got resolved once the shop drawings for the stair were created, and it became clear, what the various scopes were needed to make everything come together. So again, the design team felt that was a fair change, and we agreed. So PCO 79, this is just electrical coordination. It goes to an allowance for electrical scope coordination. So that was power to a projection screen, and something similar in the next one at 80, which was detective area. There was an outlet that was required. PCO 82. This is the one that we had talked about at length. This is Mass DOT. A lot of the changes related to the permitting process. They asked us to do more paving and so forth. So this one we did present to you last meeting, so we've already been through that in detail. And then we also presented to you this next one, which was 28 or 82 B, which was the controller cabinet. So those were already presented to you and you approved last meeting. 84 was a coordination item for electrical. It ended up being a credit. We were able to centralize the power supplies for door hardware, which ended up being a savings in cost. So that money went back into an allowance. Stairwell lighting, again, this was an electrical coordination item and was drawn out of the same allowance. 88 is another electrical coordination. 90 had to do with the permitting of the retaining wall. There's a wall greater than 4 feet. Building inspector, per the building code, required an affidavit from the engineer of record. When the delegated design for this wall was purchased, we did not, in the scope of work, include an affidavit. So this was some money for the engineer to conduct a site visit and provide us with the required paperwork for the building department. 92 is some door hardware coordination that went to an allowance. 97 catwalk door. This was a conflict with the door and truss. Again, an allowance draw. 103 bottle filling station that was added to the town hall, and PCO 110. This was yours, Bill. You had asked if we could reuse the existing granite along 114 rather than piece in new. So that ended up yielding a credit of 17,719. So any questions on any of the PCOs that I just presented to you?
Looks like you're in the clear.
Great. So the change order 7, we'd be looking for a motion to approve in the amount of 263,188.
I guess then I would make a motion that we accept change order number 7 to the tune of $263,188.
Can I get a second?
I second.
Seconded by Kyle. All right, roll call vote. Bill Renaud, yes. Kyle Smith,
Yes.
Paul Armitage,
Yes.
and Frank Twist.
Yes.
All right, motion carries.
Okay, that's all I had on the PowerPoint presentation, but I did have a note of, we did discuss last month if we were to delay the paving to the spring, or a portion of the paving to the spring, what would that cost be? We didn't have that for you last month, and so I wanted to, we just got that from the paving and excavator this week. So after discussing it in the OAC, we feel like it's better for us to pave the majority of the site this year. Nope, try again, other way around. Pave this year the public safety building apparatus apron and the area behind the public safety, the secure area this year, because when the building gets occupied, that area needs to be in use, and there's never a time when we're going to have a downtime to easily pave that. So
Yep, makes sense.
the group felt it was better to do that this year. But then from the secure gate at the rear of the public safety to the public parking area at the public safety, from that point in the entire access drive behind Town Hall, we would delay that portion of it.
Until spring next year.
And do it to the spring next year. That way, when the building opens, everything is nice and new and clean and so forth. So the cost for that is $72,063 for that delay, and that includes, Matt, help me out. I believe that includes some shimming and some at ramps and things, so that
Right.
when the building opens, the paving's going to be down at base course level, and so we're going to have lips here and there, and so this cost includes. They're going to have to elevate, basins, catch basins, and manholes, and provide
Right.
these little shims throughout. So that is all accounted for in this price.
So this is the capping adjustments and everything else, right? And just the prep.
Correct. Yeah.
Cool. I think that makes sense to me, folks. Any concerns on that? When would you be paving the apron and that other section though? You're saying this year, are we doing it like hopefully?
Yeah, it'd be yeah, before the, the November 15th, which is usually, the
Yep.
deadline. But yeah,
Yep.
before that, the cold weather essentially.
So
Sounds
paying
good.
$72,000 more to have it look nice and fresh when people show up.
Or you can look at it that way, or you could look at it so that we're not paving in the cold when you're not supposed to, and have the pavement not have the same life expectancy. So
That and our contract runs to substantial completion is in January.
Yep.
And so, we could say go ahead and pave, but then realize that they're still going to be driving construction equipment over finished paving. And, there could be what happens is when paving's new like that, if you have a heavy vehicle that turns the wheel while they're not moving, they end up grinding up the pavement. You end up with these little spots throughout. So it's not ideal, So if we say to WT Rich, hey, it's your contract, you got to pave. Well, they're going to pave earlier than we would prefer, and then we run the risk that it could get damaged. So yeah, I know it characterizing it as, oh, let's wait and make it look pretty. That's not really the accurate way to look at it. It's to make sure that that surface is pristine and not damaged for the another 3 months of construction vehicles moving and so forth that's going to be happening. But it's a good point, Kyle. Thank you. Okay.
And I was just going to add as well. So we'd be doing that with the apron and the secure area and the kind of all the way around the back as well, so that basically any of the surfaces that the fire department, for example, would really be using with their apparatus and police cruisers and things as well, in terms of storage, would all be done, because that will never really be, there will not be downtime for that after they're occupied. Are we expecting additional equipment that's as part of construction to be going through there? Are we going to end up having to resurface those things because of construction equipment anyway?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, that's what W2 Rich is going to have to work on in their construction management. They will have the lot beside the public safety. So if they have any deliveries of materials or heavy equipment or anything like that that they have to have dropped, it's going to be in the areas that are binder paved, not finish paved. And so, they'll be working to limit as much as possible any traffic over the finished paving. Right. I mean, Matt, please step in here.
Yeah. I mean, we'll obviously protect that as best we can, but I don't know that there's a way around it. We can't not give the facility, the fire department, police department, the ability to use that. We can't shut them down for a weekend to pave that later on. So
I understand. I also just don't want to have like, oh, there's one more crane that we need to go roll through there and just wrecks the pavement anyway. And so now we still have to shut down.
We're pretty much done with crane work, and I mean, at that point in time, we if we need to go over some of the finished paved areas, we'll obviously be cognizant that it's finished and address it correctly.
Okay.
The only other thing that I have that I want to let you know, and Matt, I'm not sure. You sent a bunch of PCOs over today, and maybe this is in there. We have the gas line for Meld's generator that really needs to go in soon. And that's something that we had no information on size or route or anything. We just received in the last week and a half the engineered plan and the sizing for it. And we also received approval from the plumbing inspector that we can install from the generator to the future meter, the gas line, and put it under test like pressure. But we know that the actual gas connection from the meter to the street in 114 will come later. But from the meter to the street, that's not in any of our finished areas. And that we have to get this gas line in as soon as possible because we need to get the area ready for binder paving. They're actually going to be doing the heavy duty binder paving for the apparatus Is it
Thursday.
next week, Matt, or is it the following week? I can't remember.
This Thursday they'll be
This Thursday.
week from today. Yeah, they'll be doing the first phase of it, and then
So,
the end of July, the second phase, the back of public safety.
yeah, so this gas line crosses a very small section of this area that's going to be binder paved, but soon after we're going to be doing the rest of it. And the last thing I want to do is cut through binder and then pay, because it's going to tell
We don't want you doing
over
that.
time. It'll never look right. So so it's really important. So Matt, do you have the costs for?
Yes, it was just 123,000 for that between the gas and the site work. It's almost split 50-50 between site and gas piping.
So it's the excavation and backfill, a little bit of saw cutting through the binder paving and repatching at the egress. It's not a very large, it's a corner of it. It's really not a ton of it. But then it also includes this 6-inch plastic welded gas pipe, right?
Yeah, this plastic pipe
Why
below
does it need to
ground
be 6
and
inches? That seems huge.
steel above ground. It's a big generator.
Am
I
missing
don't know,
something?
but
This is for the gen. Are we sure that's the right size?
the Mel
I mean, a
generator.
normal
This is-
main is 4 inches. I mean, this is going to a generator for 2 buildings.
This is their
right?
peak shaving one, right?
Yeah.
This is the
Correct.
peak shaving one, the big
Oh,
one,
I
the
guess.
38-foot stack.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
It's a big boy.
It's a big boy pipe, though. I mean, that's crazy. All right.
Yes, it is.
right.
Okay. So I'm not sure what we can do is we'll just proceed authorizing them to go ahead and we'll submit the PCO. Is that all right? We don't necessarily we're not quite, I wasn't ready to present to you formally that tonight, but we'll get it in the next change order if that's okay.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. And this is being paid for by Melt, right?
Yeah, that's
Part of their cost, right?
we have, yeah, that's all those costs are being collected. That's correct. Yep. Okay. Gas line paving to spring. Andrew, are you going to cover dedication plaque, or is that something, or Andrew and Chris, is that on the agenda, or is that another time?
I didn't have it on the agenda. We can certainly.
Okay. It might be a little too
Yeah.
premature. Maybe next meeting.
Yeah. So what I can speak to that a bit, Brian. So what I had requested, Andrew, is if you can send it to the members of the building committee individually, receive their feedback individually, and then we can use that input to bring a proposed draft to the public meeting.
Great. Okay.
Thank you.
That's so, Mr. Chairman, that's all I have for business items.
Great. Thanks, Brian. Context. You guys have the floor.
Great. So
In
just
matching
as-
backgrounds.
yes. For work on site, we continued with our site observations each week. We have our consultants, specifically GGD, scheduled to come out the week of July 9th for their next visit. And as Brian mentioned, Bowler was out earlier this month to look at tree replacement on the south side of Town Hall. So that was one of their site visits. And we continue to finalize what I believe is the last of product submittals, and we continue with RFIs and still issuing some PRs and ASIs for W2 Rich. So that's what we've been up to, in addition to continuing with Jackie and Justin on furniture. And last week, 2 days, and Monday this week, yesterday, we walked through with the town hall staff to go through each of their spaces in person to visualize the furniture and get confirmation of their furniture needs.
Cool.
And then the other item that we have for you is it should be one of the last selections. You need to we need to present to you as a
Paver color?
committee. Yeah, the paver color. So I'm gonna share with you, just so you know, the location of where those pavers are. To share. this. So you should all be able to see some landscape plans. I will
Yep.
zoom in. So at the pavilion, we have pavers under the pavilion and around it. And so the pavilion's in the center, and then there's a paver border and paver area that continues through. The next location of the pavers is here in front of Town Hall, so on the east side, the entrance drive. We have some flagpoles, and so there's a little plaza here with benches. This is also paver. On the west side of Town Hall, there's the patio outside of the multi-purpose room. This is paver. And then the last location is on the southeast corner of the public safety building at the flagpoles as well. There's a circle of paver. These ones are permeable pavers. And so I hope you were made aware that the pavers were brought to Town Hall for your physical review if you wish. But Context made a selection from the available options, and so we picked or we're recommending this one here, which is called Mista Shale. It's a gray color, and this is the permeable paver. And then for the other specialty pavers, oh, sorry, wrong this page. We're suggesting this one, which is called Steel MT, and it is, oops, I moved the whole image. I'm sorry that that's moving around. It is also a gray with a slight sort of wash to it. This, after seeing the mock-up of the lampblack sidewalk, which is on site, these will coordinate well with that. That has a gray tone to it as well. So this was our recommendation based on the available options.
So where is the other one used, the permeable paver versus this one?
Yep, sure.
There's
So
another one, yeah.
permeable is at the flagpole. And the patio is the specialty one.
So there are two separate colors in this, because it looks like you got like, or is it, are they just cutting it differently?
Yeah, it's a different cut, so it's like a soldier course.
That's all it is. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
So
and
it's
it's on the same
so it's
color.
the same paver, just different. Yeah.
That's correct. And the pavilion one is also specialty. So the only place that the permeable occurs is at the flagpoles in front of public safety building.
Okay.
So the two aren't anywhere touching each other that we have to worry about compatibility of color. They're isolated to their individual areas.
You mind
Do we,
putting?
are we
Right.
planning to seal these up? Is there like a sealant plan to be used? Usually if these things don't get sealed, they disintegrate eventually.
I'll have to check on that. I don't know the answer to that off the top of my head.
If not, we want to kind of look to do that. Just in my experience, I've had a couple that didn't last as long as I wanted them to. Let's put it that way.
Sure, understood.
And to Andrew's point earlier, there are physical samples because sometimes the color doesn't really come through as true on the screen. They are presently in the trunk of my terrain, but they will be up in my office tomorrow. I didn't want to carry them up the stairs on the 100-degree day. So
Fair enough.
forgive me.
I thought you were offering to drive around and show them to everybody.
Nope.
I thought he was going too.
I'm dedicated, but not that dedicated.
Check out the back of my car here.
We did reinforce the floors of Town Hall, right? So you can.
Yeah, right.
This might be
It
the
goes
thing
straight
that does
through.
them in. Yeah.
There you go. No, I mean, personally, they seem to look good to me. I mean, I'll take a swing by just to double check them, but I mean, I like your selections.
Okay, wonderful.
You guys, any other questions? Like, do you agree with the colors? Do you like them, or do you want to go see them in person? Or
I'm fine with it.
I am as well.
Okay. Frank?
Would-
No, I'm
Joe?
fine. Thank you.
You're fine with them? All right. Do we want to take a vote? Do we need a vote? Or are we just saying go with these?
I would like to at least have some verbal approval to return the submittal to WT Rich so they can begin procuring them.
Yeah, I think you got it. Unless I don't think we have to vote on it, do we? Do you want to vote?
I can
Or
put it
not?
in the meeting notes that we reviewed and the committee members agreed. So
Cool,
that
fair
can be
enough.
what you need, Andrew, to proceed.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's good. Yeah, thank you very much.
I took screenshots of both of them so I can put them in the notes and that these were reviewed and accepted by the committee.
Okay.
Perfect.
Andrew, so one was Mr. Shale or something like that. What was the other one?
Yep. 1 second.
I'll
The
I'll
other
mark
one
them.
Deal
is
MT.
Steel MT.
Okay, thank you.
All right. All right, last piece of business, meeting minutes approval for the May 8th and May 23rd meetings.
Problem is, I never actually sent you meeting notes for 21, so you can't vote on those. I apologize.
Well,
I
why
didn't
don't we
realize.
just, you want to just table it to next meeting? We'll just table it to next.
Yeah. I mean, you could do the meeting prior, which is the March meeting. You do
I think we
have.
already did that. That's not on the agenda. Did we already do that one?
The last meeting you tabled the vote for those, so you did not vote on them.
Okay.
It was a revision 1 that I had sent out. Kyle had given me a comment to them, so I updated them.
Right. I thought that because when we voted on those. Okay. But want to take a motion for the, was it the 3/8 meeting? Is that what it was?
328, I think. Let's see.
3/28?
Yeah. Sorry, I gotta open them right now. Give me a second. If you want to table it, I mean, it's not too important. We can cover all in the next meeting. I have the ones from 5/21 nearly complete, and I'm working on the ones right now for this meeting, so I'll email those out to you all. And what I'll do is I'll include the one prior as well, so you have all 3 together in one email, so you can review them.
Perfect.
Okay.
That'd be great.
Great.
Okay. Well, in that case, anything else, folks, before we wrap up?
Well, have a great 4th of July.
Yeah, sounds good. So we'll adjourn at 4:45. Thanks for keeping it brief, folks. Awesome. Enjoy your holiday.
Thank you. You too.
You as well.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks.
Right.